Hey Aries, welcome to your February monthly reading. I hope that you guys are doing good. I hope that you're at peace with whatever state of being that you are currently in. Let's go ahead and jump into your reading for this month. Before we start, I'm going to start with my prayer of intention for this reading. If you don't want to participate or watch this, go ahead and skip ahead, okay? Let's start with one big deep breath. Bring the focus down a little bit. Sorry, just need to turn that music down a little. I call upon the ancestors, guides, and angels that watch over, protect, and guide Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. I ask that I receive messages, feelings, sensations, and notions from the frequencies of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. I ask my angels to form a protective barrier over me, over the reading, and over Aries as the viewer, in order to ensure that no negative energies or entities may influence this reading. I open up my channel to the divine source, sending my light and receiving the light from above. I ask that I receive clear and concise messages from the guides that watch over, protect, and lead Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Please attune me to the frequency of Aries, so that I may give them clear and concise guidance for their month of February 2021. Alrighty, thank you, Spirit. Okay, let's see what the challenge is this month, Aries. So, what is Aries facing this month? What's the challenge? What's getting in the way of Aries this month? Queen of Wands in reverse could be yourself. Could very much so be yourself, getting in the way of yourself. Knight of Swords, King of Wands in reverse. Why is everyone in a damn connection? Like, am I missing something? Like, I swear every reading, like, it has to do with someone else. And I feel like normally, I just noticed I like have this card over here. Whoops. I don't know. I just feel like every reading so far, someone's been dealing with some, like, an external situation. Like, we haven't even got to the romance yet. Like, that's at the end of the reading. Right, Queen of Wands in reverse, Knight of Swords, King of Wands in reverse, and the World. So, we do have a pair here. Sorry, guys. I've been talking for hours. My voice is going. It's starting to go. So, sorry if I sound a little raspy. We have the Queen of Wands and King of Wands reverse. It is a pair, right? And I do say that this, I always make a note of this. This is significant when a pair of the same suit come out. So both from fire, and it's the King and the Queen. I feel like if you are dealing with someone, or you were dealing with someone, or you're going to deal with someone later on in the month, maybe you haven't met them yet. I feel like for most of you, you already are dealing with this person, or you already have dealt with this person. Maybe you guys were together. Maybe you guys were really close friends. I feel like you guys connected. You connect very well because both of you kind of operate in similar ways. You're separate beings, but operate in similar ways. I feel like if you are trying to be connected with this person more so, or if you guys disconnected and you're trying to reconnect, I don't think that this is the month to do that. I feel like you're kind of out of balance and they're kind of out of balance. So it just isn't a good time, right? There's always a time and place, and it just is not this month, okay? We'll see what happens further on the reading, but I already get a sense that this is kind of Spirit just saying, like, put this on the back burner. It's just not going to be the focus for this month, okay? That's just kind of how I feel off the bat, but we'll go ahead and keep going. We have the Knight of Swords and the World. Things change. Things always change. People change. Situations change, and this may just be that. This may be a case of you've grown, they've grown, you've changed, they've changed, you both changed. The environment that you're in, or they're in, or you're both in has changed, which would change you. Everything, everything is a reaction to something else, and I feel like the world is just changing, right? Day to day, especially with what's going on, in today's day and age. The world's just really evolving and changing in a very dramatic way, I think, for the positive, although we are experiencing a lot of negative events. I think that things are just changing right now, and maybe you guys have, disconnected or fallen out of connection because of you changing and you growing, or them changing and them growing. So it may feel heavy, Aries. It may feel upsetting. It may feel frustrating, but you have to understand that if you're changing or they're changing, it's a beautiful thing, right? Change is a beautiful thing. Growth is a beautiful thing. And at the end of the day, all you can control in this situation, Aries, and all you can really do is be happy for yourself, be happy for them, be happy for each other, that you both are able to continue to grow and change and evolve as people. And who knows, maybe later down the road, like I said, there's a time and place, right, baby? There's a time and place. Maybe later on down the road, maybe this can work. But I think that right now, you need to focus on yourself, and I think that they need to focus on themselves, respectively. Let's go ahead and get some advice for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. So for those watching this video, what can they do about the situation? What is to be done? Like I said, I already get a feeling that you just kind of need to focus on yourself, and I am kind of getting that from what we're getting. She flew out. Did you see that? That was like aggressive. That card really wanted to come out. We have the 8 of Cups, the 6 of Wands in reverse, the Ace of Cups in reverse, and the 5 of Wands. So clarifying our Queen of Wands in reverse, we have the 8 of Cups. Spirit is saying that you feel out of balance because you are holding on to something or a situation, or you're staying in a situation, or with someone, and it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time for you to cut this out. It's time for you to walk away from this, abandon ship, so to speak. Just because it's not in your benefit. I feel like staying in this connection isn't benefiting you because you're not in a good place. Like whatever it is, you're not in a good place within yourself, right? And if you're not in a good place within yourself, how can you be in a good place with someone else, right? It's even more difficult because you have to take into consideration your feelings and their feelings as well. So I just feel like it just could really just be a simplified, like maybe you just need a break from this person. Maybe you just need a break from your relationship in order to get back, to yourself. And then maybe later down the road, like I said, time and place, maybe down the road things can work out. But I think that right now you really just need to focus on getting yourself back in check, right? Getting yourself back in tune, working at your maximum efficiency, and then maybe later on down the road there'll be a chance for a reconciliation of some sorts. We have the 6 of Wands in reverse, clarifying our Knight of Swords. I think that, like I said, some of you guys, things may be changing, maybe for some of you a little too faster than you'd like. Maybe also I'm getting that maybe some of you made an impulse decision, like maybe you just randomly decided to be with this person, or maybe in the opposite, maybe you just randomly decided to break up with this person and you want to be single. I feel like there's some regret over your decision, whether it was to jump in the relationship or get out of it. I feel like whatever impulsive decision was made, based on this connection, I feel like you guys are regretting it. I feel like you guys are kind of like, why did I do that? If you jumped in too early, you're like, why did I jump in too early? If I had taken it slow, maybe it would have worked out. Why did I get out all of a sudden? I feel like there's some regret, okay? And what I said a little bit earlier, just focus on what you can do now, because whatever you did or didn't do, it's already done. Like, you can't go back and change it, unfortunately, or fortunately. But you still have the power, Aries, don't forget, you still have the power to take action in the present moment. So you get to choose what you do now, right? So if you want to be upset, if you want to stay in balance, go for it. If you want to stay holding on to the situation, go for it. Do whatever you feel is right. I think that you guys know it's time to kind of walk away, to leave the situation in the past. It may just be difficult because everything happened so quickly or on an impulse, okay? And that's kind of where the regret's coming from, is that you wish that you hadn't been so impulsive, and taking a little bit more time in decision making. To clarify our King of Wands in reverse, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. I just feel like this person right now, they're not feeling really confident in themselves, or they just weren't feeling very confident in the connection. So maybe they just were feeling that there was a lack of love in the connection. They might have just been feeling like there was a lack of love for themselves. Like maybe this person was having struggles loving themselves or accepting themselves. And it's really hard to be in a relationship with someone, or for you yourself to be in a relationship with someone when you don't love yourself, or vice versa, your partner doesn't love themselves. Because if you're at the stage, which we all are at some point in life, where we don't love ourselves, we can't love other people. It's very hard to love something external to us if we have difficulty loving ourselves. We gotta love ourselves first and foremost, because that's what comes before everything else. We have the Five of Wands to clarify our World card. Like I said, things change, the world is changing, everything's changing, you're changing, they're changing, the environment's changing, and I feel like there's a lot of resistance being met with that, right? Five of Wands is about resistance, it's about conflict. I don't really think that this is externally, like I don't think anyone's like being confronting you or having conflict with other people. I think this is just more internal. I feel like you're heavily resisting this change, and Spirit is saying, just relax, let this change to happen, let what's already happened just kind of roll, right? The ball's already rolling, this change is already in action, right? So it's almost like if you literally see this giant ball that she's sitting on, the world, right? And it's almost think like once you start spinning it, or once you push it down, it's just gonna roll, it's just gonna spin, it's just gonna go. You can't stop it, you know? So the world is in motion. Everything changes day to day. We evolve little by little. So you even if you want to, and even if you try to resist change, it's inevitable that it occurs, right? Even if you resist change till the day you die, your death will be that change, right? From going from one thing to another, right? Change is inevitable. It occurs regardless. Even if you resist, you're gonna get old every single day. That's change as well, right? That's a physical change. Both of those are physical changes, but do you get what I'm saying? Like change is inevitable. Like it is bound to happen, okay? So it's kind of just best to just let it happen. I feel like for some of you guys, you may struggle with control issues, and that's why you're really resisting this change, because like you're like, oh, like, I don't want things to change, you know? I want to stay in this place even though I know it's probably not good for me anymore, you know, or what's best for me anymore. Let's get a message as to what is unexpected this month. So this part of the reading can be negative or positive. It's just whatever you're not expecting. So you may be going into this feeling like really confident about this, but unexpectedly, you may be feeling in February very conflicted and defeated. And like I said, we have conflict here. We have Five of Wands here. Like I said, you may just feel very like, not only really resisting the change, but almost like I said, like I said, it's inevitable that change will occur. It's gonna happen whether you resist it or not. I feel that you guys are resisting it, and I feel like you're resisting it and you have hopes that you're like, okay, if I resist it hard enough, like change is not gonna happen. Like I'm gonna be good. I won't have to change. I don't have to leave this situation. Nothing has to change. I feel like you don't want things to change. But you're gonna end up feeling defeated because the change is going to occur regardless of if you resist, if you put up a fight or not. It's gonna happen because it is inevitable. It has to happen because essentially it's for your higher good. And that's the thing, Aries, we want things that are for our higher good to happen. We don't want to resist them. We don't want to make it harder for those things to happen. We want them to happen because they're gonna help us in the long run. Like I said, if you change and they change later on down the road, it's a possibility. It's just not right now. Like, if you really want to be with this person or you want to stay in this situation, leaving is the best thing you can do, because that way it gives you the opportunity to change, and change is needed in order for this to work. If you want to be with this person, you need to change and they need to change. And even then, there isn't a guarantee that you'll come back because there's an external person to think about. Maybe they don't want to come back together with you later down the road, or maybe they do. But I feel like, yeah, you're gonna feel conflicted and defeated, but you're gonna be successful regardless. There is triumph on the horizon. I feel like that's gonna occur later down the road. You might start piecing the picture together in February, but I don't think that's a realization that you're gonna come to later. Like once you kind of allow the change to occur, or once you kind of see that resistance is futile, you're gonna be like, okay, you know what? This change was actually, like, later down the road, once change actually occurs, you're gonna be like, wow, I'm so glad that I did change and that I did grow, because I'm a better person and I've created so much success. I've been so successful because I've allowed myself to change. I've allowed the situation to change, the person to change, everything. Let's get a message from your guides. What do you want Aries to know at this moment? What is it something that you would say to Aries if you had the ability to communicate with them? Reflection, illusion, self-examination, and distortion. So Spirit is really asking you to take a look at your actions this month. Take a look at yourself this month. Really look in the mirror, really look at yourself and really evaluate, are you creating illusions, right? Because maybe like you're creating this illusion that like your relationship is good, that this will work out, even though you kind of have a feeling that you're not good and they're not good. And you know, there's kind of some illusion energy there where you're creating this false this false narrative, right? That everything's okay. Like I said, like I feel like Aries, you just want everything to be okay the way that it is. You don't want things to change. You want everything to stay the way that it is, even if you know it's maybe not functioning in the best way. Maybe even if you know it's toxic, even if you know it's not healthy, whatever. You really don't want change. I feel like you really don't want change. So and this month is a really good opportunity for you to take a look at that, figure out why are you so resistant to change? Is it because in your past you've changed and then you ended up getting hurt because of that change, or whatever. Everything is a reaction to something else, guys. You feel some type of way because of something, and it doesn't mean that it's something external to you. It could be something within yourself. Maybe you're insecure, maybe you have a lot of trauma that you haven't dealt with. There could be a lot of reasons, and I'm not a professional in that area, so I can't really tell you what to do. I'm just here to bring the information to your awareness, and you have to choose what you're gonna do, and you have to do something about it. And remember, Aries, not doing something about something, like not doing anything, that is a choice, right? Choosing to do nothing is a choice, and it will have a consequence just like everything else. Let's go ahead and take a look at love for my Aries. So for my single Aries, what are my single Aries dealing with this month? I'm gonna get one other card because that doesn't give me so much information. Well, I mean, kind of on the situation. So your friends, you can definitely rely on your friends this month. Your love life is being affected by children. I feel like it's some of you guys may actually have a kid or two, but I feel like you guys are teachers or you work with kids. I feel like you work with kids, or it could have been that maybe things fell apart because maybe your partner had a kid and like you're not ready to be a parent. So it's like you kind of had to leave the relationship, not because you didn't care about the person, but because you're just not in that place, right? It's like I feel like you're just not ready for that. And you could definitely rely on your friends for help. I feel like maybe you have a friend or a mentor or a family member, someone that like you can trust, like you look for advice. I feel like you have someone that like may have dealt with a similar situation that can actually give you like real advice, like, oh, when the similar thing happened to me, this is what I did. I don't know if it would help you, but I feel like you have someone that may have gone through something similar. The only way you'd be able to know that is if they've told you or if you ask. So maybe ask your friends for just general advice on this situation, and you never know, maybe one of your friends have dealt with this before. But like I said, so if your partner doesn't have a kid and that's kind of why things are weird, you could be a teacher, you could work with kids, or maybe it's you that you want kids and maybe your partner didn't. And that is a deciding factor in a relationship when someone wants kids and someone doesn't, because you know, you're one person, if they stay, they're not gonna get what they want, right? And then that's not fair. So that could also be why you need to leave or why you needed to leave. If that resonated with you, go ahead and click the link in the description box for the extended. We'll get some more information on exactly what this is, what the other person wants or what the external energy wants from you, and where you should be putting your focus. So if you're interested in that, the link is in the description box down below. And then for my Aries that are in a connection, so it doesn't have to be a committed relationship, just whatever you deem as a connection. It could be just friends with benefits, like whatever you feel is a connection, this is for you. We have chemistry, there's a strong magnetic attraction here, and let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. So I feel like this also really resonates with your monthly. Like I said, I feel like you guys really don't want change to occur, yet the ball is already rolling, Aries. It's gonna happen whether you want it to or not. And you should want it to, because I think ultimately it's gonna benefit you. Change is always gonna benefit you. It may come with some heartbreak, it may come with some pain, it may come with some hurt, but at the end of the day, it's for your best interest. And you're gonna learn a lot and you're gonna grow a lot, and you just kind of have to just relax and let go. I feel like on a romantic level, I don't think that anything is really going through. I feel like if any of you guys are in a connection, because I just feel like I feel like you guys are in a connection, but like on the verge of separating, like I said. So I would say that this pile is more for those of you that still haven't walked away. I feel like this could be more so like after you've walked away, or like you're really planning on walking away or separating yourself from the situation. And this may be like you don't really want to, because you're really attracted to the person. You feel a lot of good chemistry here in this connection, and you don't want to let go of it because you don't know if you'll return or not, right? Because no one knows. Like I said, it's a possibility, but you kind of just have to let things happen. So if this is kind of just starting to die out, let it die out, right? And if it's not, let it just keep playing. Let it play out until it meets its end, because change will occur, so that ending will happen or it won't happen, right? Because whatever is gonna change is gonna change, and it's gonna create a different outcome. So you just have to just let things, just write it out, let it happen. If you feel like walking away, walk away. If it's already kind of, this connection's already fading away, let it fade away. Don't fight for it. Although you may want to control the situation. Spirit is highly advising against that. We'll get more information on this, what the other person wants from the situation as well, and what you should be focusing on, okay, for this as well. A link in the description box down below for the extended. Thank you guys so much for watching this reading. I appreciate your guys' support, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have an awesome month. Bye-bye.